I'm not thinking of individuals and their corruption. That happens occasionally and is a threat to democracy. The corruption that I point out is institutional corruption, where the system is bent toward the money, not toward justice, not toward fairness, not toward growth, but toward the money. If you don't believe me, read the tax code. You can't. It was written by the lobbyist. A pretty specific approach. I'm not a constitutional lawyer. I'm a business school graduate, a business school practitioner. I build banks. So my relief of a system that's gone crazy is 6 specific steps. 1, full disclosure. You can't get away with money under the table. It ought to be illegal. Number 2, 48-hour reporting. So we know who gives when they give it or soon thereafter. Now you can wait 2 years before it's reported. Number 3, I would not allow lobbyists to bring a check. They can bring a good idea, they can bring a company need, but they can't buy the politicians. Number 4, I would reduce PAC contributions to no more than individuals, which is $2,500. Now PACs can give $5,000. Number 5, I would not allow retiring congressmen to lobby Congress for pay for 5 years after they retire. And number 6, I would have criminal penalties for those activities and the violation of the same. Finally, for independent, so-called independent contributions, which the Supreme Court says cannot be regulated, I would regulate them to the extent of full disclosure, 48-hour reporting, and I would define independent. Mitt Romney spoke to his own super PAC fundraiser. That's not independence. President Obama told his own cabinet to raise money for his super PAC. That's not independence and ought to be illegal. If you think the tax code ought to promote growth and jobs, if you think trade with China ought to be fair and smart, if you think budget expenditures ought to be planned where possible and long-range benefit of America, if you think health care needs reformation and the cost of health care lowered, if you think banking reform ought to be real, reinstating Glass-Steagall and doing away with too big to fail, then you need to start with campaign reform. And if you're a young person, all of these issues, energy, taxes, budget, banking, health, will affect the quality of life in this country, will affect the health and economic strength of this country, and will affect your ability to get a job. Is it important? I think so.